What's up, guys? Today's video, since it's the day after the final round of the NFL draft, I would be doing the AFC North draft grades. I can do more if you guys want to, but today I'm just doing the AFC North. First thing we have are the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens selected Hayden Hurst with the 25th overall pick, the tight end out of South Carolina, and then they interestingly went with Lamar Jackson with the last pick of the first round. They also went with Orlando Brown, the 6'8", 320-something pound offensive lineman from Oklahoma. They also went with Mark Andrew, the tight end out of Oklahoma, with a third round pick. Anthony Everett, fourth round. Kenny Young, linebacker from UCLA. Jaleel Scott and Jordan Lashley with their respective picks. My favorite pick was Deshaun Elliott. He was an All-American. I don't know how he slipped that far, but my draft grade that I give the Baltimore Ravens is an A+. They improved at everything that they needed to. I think they could have went a little bit more offensive line, but overall, this is a good draft. A lot of the depth on wide receiver and on the defense side of the ball. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, my Pittsburgh Steelers, and I might have a little rant. With our pick, we chose Terrell Edmonds, who we could have gotten with a third round pick that we acquired from the Oakland Raiders when we traded Martavis Bryant. This guy really isn't that good, but I'm gonna play both sides. We drafted him this high because he's 220 pounds, I think. Can play a little bit of linebacker, and he can guard tight end. So he could guard Rock Gronkowski, and he can play on the line. We can send him on a lot of blitzes. I guess we're gonna move Sean Davis back down the corner, but I don't really like this pick. With our second round pick, we chose James Washington, the burner out of Oklahoma State. I like this pick to make up for us trading Martavis Bryant away. I think we got to upgrade over Martavis because he's a lot faster and he has a running back body at 228 pounds. With the third round pick, we chose Mason Rudolph, which I'm confused because we drafted Mason Rudolph in the third round. We might as well have drafted Lamar Jackson with the first round pick that we had instead of selecting Terrell Edmonds, which was a huge reach. But Mason Rudolph is a lot like Big Ben, so it makes sense. Additional picks we selected another offensive lineman out of Western Michigan, Chimuwama Okafor, something like that. Marcus Allen, the safety out of Penn State. Jalen Samuels, I really like this pick. Probably the best pick we made this draft. He can play tight end, running back, fullback, slot wide receiver. And we selected Joshua Frazier. Not really good, just a big body on the offensive line, 327 pounds. Our draft grade, I give us a C-. Wasn't a very good draft for us. We drafted the safety, but we could have gone better. I mean, if we was going to reach that high, I would have took Jesse Bates or any other good safety, Ronnie Harrison. But on to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals had a pretty good draft. With their first round selection, they selected the center out of Ohio State, Billy Price. And the reason why I like this pick so much is because Billy Price can play multiple positions on the offensive line. He can play center, offensive guard. I even think he can play tackle with a little bit of work and improvement. But the Bengals offensive line was the problem this season. Andy Dalton got sacked a lot. And this is a pretty decent pick. Good pick. Next, they selected Jesse Bates, who I think should have stayed in college one more year to bulk up. I think he's like 190 something. He might be in the 200s, but he needs to bulk up. They also selected Sam Hubbard from Ohio State, who had 7 sacks this year, who needs to develop a little bit more in run support. And some other notable picks that the Cincinnati Bengals selected was Malik Jefferson, the linebacker out of Texas, real nasty, should fit in well with that defense. Fourth round, they selected Mark Walton, who had 1,500 yards last season, 2016 before he got injured this year. Before he got injured, he had 400 yards. Devontae Harris, cornerback, Wichita State. Defensive tackle out of Virginia, Andrew Brown. In the 7th round, they went Logan Woodslide, which is a pretty interesting pick. Rod Taylor, safety, and big body Auden Tate, who is 6'5", 215 pounds. So my draft grade that I give the Bengals is a B-. They only went with one offensive lineman, and their offensive line was pretty weak, which is the reason why they didn't make it to the playoffs. I feel they should have went a little bit more offensive line, but hey, B-, pretty good grade. Last but not least, we had the Cleveland Browns. Now the Cleveland Browns, everybody thought they was going to go Sam Darnold or Josh Allen, but then the day of the draft, it was reports of they were taking Baker Mayfield, and well, they took Baker Mayfield, and it's not really much I can say really, but the NFL draft is about drafting the guy who you want the most, and they really wanted Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he doesn't have the strongest arm, so I don't know how he will fare in the cold weather, but he's pretty accurate. He had Jarvis Landry and Josh Gordon to throw to. So, I mean, I'm not going to call it a bad pick. It's a good pick. I think he's the 3rd best quarterback in this NFL draft class with all these good, talented quarterbacks that have a lot of potential. With the 4th overall pick, they went with Denzel Ward, which is pretty interesting. Everybody thought they should have went Bradley Chubb, but I see why. Denzel Ward went to Ohio State. I mean, I think he'll be a good nickel corner. He's very undersized. He's like 180 something pounds, so he needs to gain a lot of weight. And the 3rd, well, I think this was their 2nd round pick. They went with the offensive lineman out of Nevada, Austin Colbert, who is a pretty decent run blocker. Nick Chubb was an interesting pick. So now they have a 1-2 power back combo with Carlos Hyde and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is not going to get you a lot of explosive plays. He'll get you the tough yards, the 3rd down and 1s, the 3rd and inches, the 4th and goals. He'll get you that. Other notable picks that the Cleveland Browns made was Chad Thompson, defensive end out of Miami. Pretty good run stopper. Antonio Callaway was pretty interesting with the character issues. You think they would go away from him considering what Josh Gordon had to deal with. Jannard Avery, linebacker out of Memphis. Damon Ratley, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. And Simeon Thomas, defensive back out of Louisiana. So now, time for the draft grade. I gave the Cleveland Browns an A-. I think they should have went with Bradley Chubb with their 4th overall pick in the NFL draft. I think Denzel Ward isn't a shutdown guy, but you guys let me know what you guys think about my draft grades. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and thanks for watching.